Hi, I'm Chef Steve. Welcome to the Care Kitchen, where the main ingredient is kindness. This program is brought to you by ComForCare and At Your Side. ComForCare and At Your Side provides personal care for people throughout the United States and Canada. We have our program here in the Care Kitchen every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, where we feature recipes from the Care Kitchen cookbook, as well as just have some great fun with cooking, being creative, and showing some ingredients and various things that you can use, thinking of budget, thinking of nutrition, all of the issues that older adults face in getting enough nutrition and everything in their diets. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. We're going to talk a little bit about spring vegetables. Spring is here, it's coming, and we've got all this great bounty of vegetables. So I want to feature a few today and prepare a couple of things and show you how we can create nutrient-dense food. Because, as people age, appetites diminish. They can't eat as much. However, as we age, we still require the same amount of nutritional needs as someone who's younger. So we need to find a way through a reduced amount of food to create enough nutrition, making nutrient-dense dishes, so that each meal that we're getting those vitamins, minerals, and great nutrition that we need, which helps all of the body's systems. So today we're going to talk a bit about some vegetables that are available. And I know spring for me is all about asparagus coming out, and I've got some beautiful asparagus here. This is really a springtime thing, and it's just great. And I love it. I always look forward to it this time of the year. Now, these days, of course, you can get these vegetables year round, but there's still something about the seasonality, the price drops, and I think it's the best crop that you can get, and it's very delicious to enjoy. So I like to enjoy it a lot in the spring. So with this, I'm going to prepare a roasted asparagus with some garlic and olive oil. And this roasts in a hot oven for about 10 minutes, and boy, it's delicious. So I'm going to start on that one. I've got my asparagus here. So the first thing I've got to do is trim the ends off. The ends are woody. One of the things that you can do is you can snap it, and that's where the woody end is. So if it snaps off, and that's one way to do it. And then, of course, we can also trim it at that point, speed up the process a little bit, and we're got all of our woody ends off. And I put the asparagus on the pan, got right here. And what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to put some olive oil on this. Very, very simple preparation. So let's tidy up a little here. I'm going to put my olive oil on, fair amount, and then I'm going to put some salt and some garlic powder, and it's as simple as that. Now, when I serve it, I can serve it with some lemon, or just as it is, it's delicious. So this is going to roast in a hot oven, 425, for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to pop that in the oven, and then we're going to come back and we're going to make something with spinach. And I'm going to show you how fresh spinach reduces in size, but you're getting the same nutritional value. So that's a really great thing. So I'm going to pop this asparagus in our oven, which I've already preheated, and then we'll be back to our next recipe. Okay, so we've got our asparagus roasting in the oven for about 10 minutes at 425 degrees. And now we're going to make some spinach. And I'm going to do a cream spinach with some fresh spinach. Now, this time of the year, spinach, the great springtime vegetable, and comes in a bag like this. Very simple to use. Now, there's a real vast difference in my mind from using fresh spinach in a dish versus frozen spinach. First of all, nutritionally, you're going to get the highest nutrition. Secondly, you'll see how this amount, about a half a bag of this spinach, is going to dwindle down to a very small portion. So that means that if we can, typically, 2 cups of fresh spinach would be a good portion of spinach to get the green leafy vegetable benefit of all the antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, all the vitamins and minerals. But when we cook it, especially fresh, and we bring it down to a small amount, now probably about a half a cup is going to equal 2 cups. So you're going to get that same nutritional value. So what I'm going to do is I've got a pot here. It's very simple. Got a pot on the stove. I'm going to put some olive oil in. Put a little bit of olive oil in, let that warm up a little. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole bag and I'm going to dump it right in this pot. So you'll see that this is filling up the pot. I could even overflow the pot. It doesn't matter because it's all going to cook down. Get all that in there. And you see that is a very full pot of spinach. And we're going to let that heat up. In the meantime, I'm going to put some garlic powder on. And I'm going to put some salt in there. Give it some good flavor. Okay, so we've got our salt and our garlic. And we're going to let that cook down. So as soon as this heats up, it's going to start cooking down. While that's cooking, I want to show you a couple of other beautiful springtime vegetables that I just love. These little fingerling potatoes are just great. And they look like they came right out of the garden. These are really nice, a low starch potato. So it's going to be a little less carbohydrate from that standpoint. Lots of sweet flavor. These can be roasted. They can be cut and fried. You can basically do anything. You can just steam them. You can use them in a potato salad, but they're so attractive. They really make a nice roasted potato. That's how I like to do them. We have those. And I also wanted to show you some sugar snap peas. These are really a great thing. These are a sugar snap pea, and they're very sweet. They can be eaten raw. They're really good. The whole thing is edible. Really delicious, sweet and delicious. So those are a couple of other examples of springtime vegetables. Very delicious. Add tons of nutrition, great flavor, great textures, really nice. Well, I don't know if you can hear it, but our spinach is starting to cook down. So it's starting to shrink down already to about half the size that it was. We'll just toss it around. Let it cook. Now you probably can't see it anymore. It's way down in the bottom of the pot. You see how it's just come down to next to nothing. See that? Very little. We're going to let that cook a little more. What's happening is the water is cooking out, leaving all of the good spinach and all of its nutritional value still there. And what I like to do, and it's really a very retro preparation, and you'll see this in the old-time steakhouses and various, old-time restaurants, traditional formal restaurants. They always have cream spinach on the menu, and I've always loved it. Very simple to make. So I've got my spinach cooked way down, and all I'm going to do now is got my seasonings in. I'm going to put a little bit of heavy cream, and it doesn't take much to make this very creamy and delicious. And this is something that you can basically serve almost with anything. So we're going to let that cook down a little more, come together, and then we'll have our creamed spinach. So we'll just let that cook a little bit. What will happen is that cream will reduce down and really enrich that. Gives it tons of flavor, and it's really good with the garlic. You can also put a little lemon juice in if you'd like. But it's just a delicious, delicious dish. One of my favorite vegetables. Okay. We've got a little bit of fresh garlic here. I'm going to just pop in. Let that cook in with the cream. And I'll just make it super delicious. We'll let that cook down a little bit more. Okay, so we're back here. I've got my asparagus out of the oven now, and that's cooked. We've got our cream spinach here in the pot, and you see how much that's gone down. So let's put that into our bowl, and we'll see what the yield is, but that large bag of spinach translated to this amount of cooked spinach, cream spinach. I've got the cream in there, and garlic, and it makes just a delicious vegetable. I've got to try it. I'm going to let it cool off for a minute. Let me show you the asparagus. And we've got our roasted asparagus. Put those on the plate. These are just really, really nice. See all that good olive oil that's on there. And that makes a delicious, that's our asparagus roasted. So let's give that a try. And I've got to, let me just cut this nice and tender. So good. Really, really good. And let's taste our cream spinach. Another delicious, wonderful springtime bounty. That is so delicious. Spinach cooked that way with garlic and a little bit of cream. Really a delicious vegetable. I'm sure if you prepare that for anyone, they're going to love it. It goes well with anything. Beef, pork, poultry, fish, or just on its own. It's really, really delicious. Well, I want to remind you, this program is brought to you by ComForCare and At Your Side. And we're here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, featuring recipes from the Care Kitchen cookbook, as well as just having a lot of fun, being creative, thinking of cooking as a meaningful activity, great way to engage with those in our care, having fun with our families and ourselves, enjoying the act of cooking. It's a lot of fun, very creative. Thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to enjoy my beautiful vegetables that I prepared, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. You have a good one.